Hi guys and welcome back to Football Manager 2018 as Rangers. First thing I'm going to say before we actually dive into the episode is I just want to thank everybody for yesterday and bearing with me with the audio difficulties in yesterday's episode. Hold my hands up on this one, absolute shit show from me yesterday unfortunately. Don't know why it happened sadly, don't have an explanation. I've not changed any of the settings or anything on the recording program or anything like that. Don't know why it's happened, it's rectified now. So let's move forward. As I say, I want to thank everybody for that, for yesterday, for bearing with me. I hope you just popped on some tunes and watched the episode with that. Hopefully none of it was any flute music or anything. We're not going to be having any of that nonsense on the channel. But other than that, I basically just wanted to say thank everybody before we dive into this one. Now, putting that behind us, Celtic playing Hibernian just now, and I just wanted to get this on camera in case Celtic drop points to Hibs. So let's have a little look at how Celtic get on against Hibs. Probably take heart from their Ibrox victory. Yeah, there you go, 2-0. They move level with us, behind on goal difference. Theoretically, if we went to Tyncastle tomorrow and got an absolute pumping off of Hearts, Celtic would go top of the league off of that. So we just have to make sure that we actually hold on to our position in the league. We make sure we go to Tyncastle, beat Hearts, move forward, still 3 points clear of Celtic. So Donis Avdiaj is still out. Hearts are in poor form just now. 4 losses in a row, and obviously the 1 victory before that. We're kind of the opposite. We've had 4 victories in a row, but our most recent result was a loss. Hearts have beaten us 3 times. We've beaten them 7 times, and only the 1 draw. So sold out Tyncastle for this one. Do we make changes from the team that lost 6-3 at home to Celtic? I'm going to start Odsonne Edouard, as I believe I stated in the last episode I was going to do. What's Burjonas' deal again? New deal. Other than that, I think I'm just going to keep faith with what we have. I think... Don't want to draw too much from the game against Celtic. Yes, it was a disappointment, of course, but I'm not going to lambast the team too much. We did beat them a week previous to that. So let's just continue with what we had. Hopefully the freak result from Ibrox there, the 6-3 against Celtic, we just put it behind us. So moving on, we've got Fulton, Gamboa, Fernandez, Wallace, Oliveira, Henderson, McGinn, O'Halloran, Palmer, Afif and Odsonne Edouard back into the lineup today in place of Morelos, who was really, really poor against Celtic. 4-2-3-1 from a brave Hearts side here. Why not be brave? They've turned us over here before, aggressively telling them we absolutely need to be winning this match. And I'm going to tell them to get creative rather than just the generic encourage that we always usually do. As Suter lobs it forward to Ismael Goncalves, who has far too much space up there. Well stopped by Murray Wallace though, as Henderson finds Gamboa, who goes long for Odsonne Edouard. Achente now for Hearts, cuts it back to Agie Pong, has a bit of space here in the edge of the area. Out to Achente again, space to cross it, back to Agie Pong. How are they allowed that much room? It's in for Cochrane. And it was a bit of a weak ass header from Harry Cochrane, but it's found its way into the corner. 1-0 to Hearts, exactly what we didn't need today. Push forward now, boys. At least we've taken control of possession after that, that's something. But really poor. Achente and Agie Pong allowed to just pass it around in the edge of our box without really being challenged by a defender. We've managed nothing of our own. Half an hour gone and the team is just falling to pieces here. Gamboa's throw, we need the equaliser. Henderson, Gamboa into McGinn, space for him to hit one, the former Hibs man. Plays it to Odsonne Edouard, it's a great ball, and it's a shocking finish from the striker yet again. He does it far too often, Odsonne Edouard, the poor finishing. Henderson, switch of play, just good enough. Oliveira can find a thief with a good ball. Can he square it? Palmer, nope, down, penalty. Liam Henderson to take. Of course, played for Hibs on loan from Celtic before. Will the Hibs man score? Former Hibs man at Tyncastle. For 1-1 from the penalty spot. There you go, no mistake from Liam Henderson. And I'm once again going to tell him to push forward. We've got 8 minutes or so to get the goal to go ahead before half time here. We've rallied well since Hearts actually took the early lead. We'll give the boys credit for that one, as Ivanildo Fernandez joins Gamboa in the book. And it looks like we're going in. Yeah, we're going in at 1-1. Gamboa has been piss poor today. Liam Henderson's in the book as well. I'm going to assertively tell them we're not happy with that, because we're not winning the game, and we need to be winning games like this. Jordan Houston's going to be trusted to come onto the pitch. Afif and O'Halloran have both been poor. I'm going to take Henderson off actually for Jamie Barjonas. And we've got 45 minutes to get the go-ahead goal here. Oliveira to McGinn and inside to Barjonas. Just need to do it now. It's a business end of the season. Just get over the line. Aguirre Pong over the top. Tisma Goncalves has a huge chance beyond the centre backs. What a save. Ian Fulton comes back out to Goncalves. What a challenge by Murray Wallace. And Ian Fulton's developing into a goalkeeper I can really count on now. There's a great save there, one-on-one. I'm really interested to see actually how Ian Fulton ends up developing in the long run here. Lafferty down. Oh, Ivanildo Fernandez is going to walk. Well, that's Fabio Cardozo restored to the team. That's Kyle Lafferty. Of course it is, probably dived. I guess we'll take Afif off for Cardozo. Go to the back four, and I guess we'll go with Palmer in behind Edward and O'Halloran. We'll let O'Halloran be a false nine and basically just standard, and we'll just hoof it. Go route one actually, right up to Odsonne Edouard, drop a bit deeper, stay on our feet, stick to our positions. No playing out of defence now, we just need to lump it, and definitely playing narrow. Now we need to concentrate all of a sudden, it's about not losing this game. Go on, let's nick it. Or Jonas's corner, floated in, Wallace is in there, heads it, yes! Go on, Murray Wallace! And the 10 men have taken a lead. Jamie Barjonas's cross into Murray Wallace. He was surrounded by about 7 Hearts players there, and he still rises above, just as he has done in the league this season, head and shoulders above everybody else in Scotland this year, and he's banged that in. Oh, come on, man. How much is the game going to try and screw us out of the title? We're now down to 9 men through injury. No, I'm not even countering now, we're just going defensive. I knew we were going to have to tell him to tighten up. 17 minutes to last with 9 men at Tyncastle. It's very unlikely now. And look at Hearts just going to try and pile all the pressure on us there. I think I'm going to drop. Can McGinn? Yeah, McGinn can drop. I'll just go like that. Look how ridiculously isolated this formation is. Deep line playmaker with a defensive duty there for McGinn, and we're going to go completely contain, just try and see the game out now. There's not a lot else we can do to change things around. Walker puts it in, headed away well by Wallace. Walker now again drives it in, clearance not complete, and then Martin just wide of the post. Come on, hold boys, 5 minutes, what a win this would be. Play even safer, drop deeper, just boot it now. 5 added minutes. Come on. There could well be a goal here. 30 seconds into Martin. Space for Walker. Fires it long. Goncalves heads it. Free kick Rangers. Come on, have we done this? Ho ho ho, what a win this would be. This is the kind of game that champions grind out. Come on, whistle. Yes, go on. Ho ho, how have we done that? I have no idea how we've done that, but I'm going to praise the players so much for that win. Murray Wallace, man of the match. And we remain the 3 points clear of Celtic. Now we actually have a 13-day gap. We can reflect a little bit. while we move on towards this Hamilton game and how the team's done this season and whether or not winning the title would be a failure. So, this season definitely has felt better than seasons 1 and 2. Season 1 we came out of the traps and it really felt like we might have a go, and then the sort of lack of quality frankly in the team caught up with us. Season 2 kind of felt like a continuation of season 1 where we just didn't have that quality to compete. We felt like the best of the rest pretty much. We didn't really feel like we were anywhere near Celtic. Season 3, however, I've honestly, and funny thing is, Season 3 started well beating Kilmarnock, and then we had a sluggish period where we had a couple of bad results in there. I remember the 2-2 at Tannadice. I think we might have lost to Hibs as well, I'm not entirely certain. But we dropped a good amount of points in the beginning of Season 3, but now we've just went on, done so well. We've got so many good young players in the team now, and it feels like we can compete for this title. Obviously, we're 3 points clear at the moment, getting into, I think, the last 7 games of the season. So you can't argue with that. Now, the question is, if we fail, if we slip up and we don't do the business, you know, we can go to Parkhead and lose 2-0, I think, and that would knock us off the top. So it's very possible that we don't win the league, even given the great position we find ourselves in going into the business end of the season now. So if we don't win it, is the season a failure? I'm trying to come up with a way to say no. I'm trying to come up with a way to say that we've got a lot of good young players and, you know, if we develop them for another season and all that. But at the end of the day, with the amount of points that Celtic have dropped this season against other teams, I think if we don't win the league this season, it is a failure. We need to win the title. I'd like to win the Scottish Cup, but I don't really care about the Scottish Cup. We've obviously been Scottish Cup specialists, but really what we need to win is the league title. We're in pole position for it at the moment. Just that trip to Parkhead looming over the shoulder, obviously. Hopefully, Celtic will drop more points between now and then, and we can get into that game confident. You know, we can go into that game knowing that losing there won't knock us off the top. That's pretty much what we need. If we go into that game knowing that a loss knocks us off the top, I've got a horrible feeling we'll get pummeled. So, as I say, we need to keep going. Now we've got Hamilton at home just now. Obviously, we're not overlooking that game because that would kind of be quite like the team actually to go and grind out that amazing victory over Hearts at Tyncastle with 9 men in the end, and then go and blow it at home to Hamilton. That would be just like us. Fede Varela is a good player, but I'm not going to get him because I think I would like to purchase Casey Palmer and keep him with the side. Has anything happened of note in our absence? McCrory playing for Scotland under 21s is actually quite cool. It's both McCrorys. That's quite cool actually. That is quite cool. Finlayson playing for the under-19s. Bierman and a dominating win for Malta over Gibraltar. Massive game that. That would have been probably broke viewing figures on Sky Sports, that one. Murray Wallace third in player of the month. That Indong getting second there probably because of his brace against us. Probably indeed because of his brace against us. Eduardo Herrera's injured. Shocker, innit? Striker situation is actually still a problem. I'm going to stick with Odsonne Edouard just now. But neither him nor Morelos are in scoring form. And this is the time where you want them to be in scoring form. The business end of the season and our strikers are off form. And that's no good. Hibs host Hearts as a Friday game. It's a 1-1. Who cares about Zach Butterworth moaning about stuff? Alright. Got this Hamilton game. Surely Celtic are away from home then if they were at home to Hibs last week. I don't think they've got any particularly difficult games left before the split. Let's see. Celtic are... Oh, they're at St Johnstone tomorrow. St Johnstone's sitting third. That could be a tricky tie, actually. Hopefully we can beat Hamilton, put the pressure on them ahead of that game, and maybe they'll slip up. Right, Casey Palmer can get 75 minutes apparently. Fernandez obviously out with the suspension. Comes off the bench for Jordan Thompson, I suppose, actually. Donis Avdiaj is going to come on for Ryan Jack. Akram Afif is actually gubbed, so he'll come off for Dimitri Mitchell. And Burjonas can come on for Henderson, given that he set up the Murray Wallace winner at Tyncastle. So the squad: Fulton, Gamboa, Cardoso, Wallace, Oliveira, Burjonas, McGinn, O'Halloran, Palmer, Mitchell and Odsonne Edouard. The idea with Palmer obviously is to get him on, get the lead, get him off. 4-1-4-1 from Hamilton, obviously respecting the quality we have and the form that we're in. Now let's kick off and we'll just go back to a basic encourage. As Hamilton get us underway. Odsonne Edouard looking fired up. There you go, son. Just turn that into a goal now. Francombe with the corner kick for Hamilton. Bit of a concern. Away by Murray Wallace. Of course it is. Burjonas chasing it down now. Picks her up as we're breaking forward. Burjonas launches it deep, but it's nowhere near really his intended target. McMahon going long. Picked up easily by Cardoso now. We can build out for the back. Wallace to Oliveira. Mitchell. Go on, son. Run him. Run him. Run him. He's running him. Right, whip it. Head it. Score. Ah, nearly. Throw in now. Right, this is what we want to see though. Some early pressure from us. Hopefully we'll get an early goal to go with it. Burjonas to Mitchell. Nice touch into Palmer. McGinn's got space. Threads it for O'Halloran. Akers to square it. Oh, he doesn't need to square it. Michael O'Halloran 1-0. 13.5 minutes. That will put us 6 points clear, pending Celtic's trip to McDiarmid Park tomorrow, where hopefully third place St Johnstone can do the business. Theoretically, away to St Johnstone is the hardest game, apart from an Old Firm derby, with them sitting in third place. And we've went up to McDiarmid Park and got battered a couple of times, so they certainly have some quality. The ball forward for Koulibaly, cut out by Cardoso. Gamboa to Burjonas now. Cardoso today has something to prove. We dropped him because he was playing poorly, so he's back in now as O'Halloran finds Edouard, takes a touch, looks too wide, and he is. He is too wide. Mabudi scoring in the Dundee derby for Dundee against his old club Dundee United. Controversy. It's an easy header away for Oliveira again. We'd like to double this lead. Over the top for Mitchell to Odsonne Edouard. Takes a touch in the box. Down. No penalty given. Skondras picking it up for Hamilton. He'll look long. Koulibaly versus Wallace. Always going to be Wallace. Picked up by Craig though. Is he going to over the top? He is going to go over the top for Koulibaly. Wallace versus Koulibaly. Wallace. Oh, he's played it into Koulibaly. Murray Wallace, son. What have you done? I've always said that guy was crap. Right, we just need to push forward. It's fine. It's fine. We're dominating the game. We just need to score again. And suddenly our attack has absolutely died a death. Right, Oliveira. Well, let's grab something here. Palmer. Burjonas. Good play. Oliveira. Loses it. Possible counter on for Hamilton. Long for Koulibaly. Easy for Murray Wallace. There you go. Mitchell, come on. Oh my god, he gives it away to Doherty far too easily. Koulibaly now picks her up. Surrounded by blue shirts. Murray Wallace given away to Doherty. Picked up by Oliveira again. Again, when games go like this kind of scrappy way, it never favours us. Burjonas to Palmer. What are they doing with their wee ballet turns? Just get forward and score. Yep, there you go. Palmer losing it to Doherty. McMahon picks her up, keeps her in. O'Halloran has to get there. Does. Whips it. Edouard has to bury this. And he doesn't. He nods it over the bar. And it's half time. 1-1. and they're going to get put on blast for this. And what did I say? It would be just like us, certainly in seasons gone by, to go out there and put a stellar performance in at Tyncastle, somehow cling on to a victory for all 3 points with 9 men, and then invite Hamilton here to Ibrox and screw it up. So Avdiaj and Morelos on at half time to try and add something different to the attack. Hamilton have managed 1 shot on target so far all game, and it was that one-on-one Koulibaly season on a back pass as well. Not even of their own creation. Right, and that's 25 minutes of the second half with nothing happening. Trying to think what to do now. We got O'Halloran in with Morelos there. O'Halloran can be the false 9. And we'll throw Liam Henderson on for Mitchell. He can play in the middle with Avdiaj. Avdiaj can move to a trequartista. Liam Henderson could be the advanced playmaker. And let's look more narrow in our approach. Higher tempo. We need to go for this now. 20 minutes and we need to score. Push forward. We're going to go to overload soon if we don't create anything. Yeah, we're going to overload. They've coped far too easily with this second half. We've created literally nothing. 15 shots to 5, and Maximiliano Oliveira off injured. Of course he is. Gamboa goes into the middle, makes it a back 3, which he can't really do. Very narrow, route 1. And all of a sudden we're overload with 10 men. 6 added minutes. And I honestly don't know what to say about this. Henderson shoots. It's a good save by the keeper actually, and Morelos is offside, but created nothing second half. Nothing. I could accept it a wee bit more if the goalkeepers had a great day or something. But second half, just absolutely nothing. That's one of those games where you wonder if it's glitched because the time just seems to be rolling on and nothing's actually happening. But awful. Absolutely awful. And if the result against Hearts at Tynecastle is the kind of thing that champions grind out, then that result there against Hamilton at Ibrox is the kind of result that choke artists produce. You fall asleep for 1 second, one dodgy back pass, and that's what you get. Celtic also drawing. And I'm not going to look at that in the positive light that they don't gain ground. I'm looking at that thinking we should be 5 clear of Celtic with the last 6 games to go. And we're not. We've blown the chance. Celtic hosting Aberdeen in the last game before the split. So, that's going to do it for this episode. Another frustrating episode. A sensational win against Hearts. And then abysmal against Hamilton. Just what the team seems to be doing. I mean, they've had this. This is what plagued us season 1 and 2. We would get an exceptional result. We'd go to Pittodrie and we would slap Aberdeen, and then we would come back to Ibrox and get slapped by Dundee or something ridiculous. The levels of consistency just aren't there in the team. They fall asleep for a second and concede something stupid like that Koulibaly goal. So frustrating with the team. Anyway, not much more we can do now apart from leave it off there and press on. Don't know if you can tell now, but the title race is really beginning to stress me out a bit. I'm not optimistic about lifting the title. I'm more worried about fucking it up, frankly, at the end here. Anyway, I just want to say thank you guys for watching, and again, thank you for yesterday when I screwed up the audio, quite frankly, by not checking it pre-recording that it was actually recording the audio on that one. As I say, don't know why it actually randomly decided to change its settings, but whatever. We still got a bit of love on the video, so I do appreciate it from you guys. Yeah, and I hope you've enjoyed this episode, despite the frustration of the Hamilton game. Pardon me there. Not much left to say. If you want to follow the series now, we're obviously getting to the last 6 games now. The one game before the split. And then obviously the league split fixtures will be decided, which will have our trip to Parkhead there. We'll see where that's going to fall in the calendar. But yeah, so next time what we can confirm is that we will be going away to Firhill to face Partick Thistle next time. And I'm not sure if there'll be a league game between that and the Hibernian semi-final at Hampden Park. If there is, then we'll see what that is next time. If there's not, then next episode will be Partick Thistle and Hibernian. Bit worried about this trip to Firhill now, coming off that shocker against Hamilton, but hopefully we can go and get the win. And who knows, maybe Aberdeen can pull off some kind of upset when they go to Celtic Park. But let's cut it there. Just want to say thanks for watching once again, and I'll see you guys next time.